Finding a unique value zone is how you can scale to 100K per month as an online coach. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can find your unique value zone, which comes before crafting your offer. And a lot of people won't talk about this. You will see in the online space, you will see on YouTube, they all talk about building your offer, which is important, obviously. But before that comes unique value zone. If you don't define this, like nothing would actually matter. This is what like makes everything smoother down the line when you build your offer, when you build your marketing strategy, when you create content, and when you price your products or services. Everything becomes easier when you know your unique value zone. Okay, so let's start with this. So first thing you need to understand that finding a unique value zone is not about finding your niche. I'm not talking about that you need to find your niche. I'm talking about that a niche won't get you a past 100K per month if you just know that okay, this is my niche. Okay, fine, but you need to go deeper than that. Okay, you need to go deep. Riches are in the deep niches. Okay, people say riches are in the niches, but I say that riches are in the deep niches. Okay, what is a unique value zone after all? Unique value zone is something that is an intersection between three things. Okay, something that you where you can generate real results, real tangible measurable outcome for someone, a very specific person who has a real pain and urgency to solve that problem, to solve that pain. People who feel this problem right now and need it solved. Okay, and the third thing is they have the willingness to pay it. People who are already spending money in this space, people with financial power, with purchasing power. Okay, so three things that the intersection of three things that defines a unique value zone, which is where you can generate real results for a very specific person who has a very highly painful problem with the extreme urgency to solve it, and they have the willingness to pay. That's it. Okay. Now, okay, moving forward, I'm still learning how this Miro board works. Like in presentation wise. So yeah. Uh, in simply said, this is the formula you need to remember. Specific person, you need to define your ICP, ideal client profile, really well, and you need to have a painful problem. That ICP, that person need to have a painful problem with the high urgency to solve it. Having urgency is very very important. Okay, and they should. I mean, you should, as an online coach, you should have the ability to solve that problem with a mechanism. Okay, and there's a demand for it in the market. Okay, so a specific person, painful problem, high urgency, proven ability to solve it, and market demand. Okay, if even one of this pillar is weak, you will have low conversions, you will have low pricing power, you cannot charge higher. Okay, you will have inconsistent clients. That is the entire game here. Now, if you want to screenshot this, you can screenshot this. Okay. By the way, I'm going to provide this entire playbook for free in my WAP community, which you can find in the link in the description below. I think by the time you will sign up, it will be a wait list. I don't know, like because I'm going to launch in a few weeks. So if it would be a wait list, so just wait list, just enter your email, then when it will be launched you will be able to get access to all of this. Okay, and if you want to implement this for your business, like if you want done for you service, A to Z, for your online coaching business, to scale that on to scale your online coaching business, to monetize your audience with digital products, you can book a call with me in the description below. That's again for free. And yeah, then we can have a talk and discussion on it. So let's get back to the video. Okay, I have to click here. What else? Yeah. Okay. Now it's time to go through exactly step by step. on how to find it. Okay, so make sure you pay extreme, very close attention. So first thing first, you have to extract your unfair advantages. Okay, yeah, you have to extract your unfair advantages. Do not start with something like, oh, what do I like? Start with something on based on experience. Where do I already have leverage? What I have already done? You can pull from these three buckets the results that you have already achieved for someone. Maybe you have helped someone to go from XYZ income to XYZ income. You have transformed someone's physique. You might have helped someone with their relationship issue. You might have helped someone to come out of depression. You might have advised someone. People might come to you for advice about life, about relationships, about dating, about anything, about skill, about mastery. Might be you might have gone through a course and you have mastered a particular skill. You might have learned something about AI, you know problems that you might have already solved for someone, maybe in your family, in your friends. What is it that people come to you, ask you about career, about relationships, about fitness? Do people come to you, ask you about your diet? Do people come to you and ask you about your looks, about your appearance, about your fashion? What is it? Like, literally look at your life and see what result I've already achieved, what problem I've already solved, what advice people come to me, ask me. What is it that people ask me about all the time? What is it that I have dominant, like, people, if, like, in fact, you know what, you can do the experiment. Go to your WhatsApp, go to your contact list, and message 5 to 10 people, maybe even more, your friends, your family members, and just ask this simple question: what do they think, like, what is that one thing that they will come to me for advice? That's it. You can get 5 to 10 answers. Okay, and since they are your close friends, so they will be much more transparent with you. So ask your friends, ask your family, what is that one thing they would come to you for advice. Okay, simple as that. And you will get to know what are your strengths, and then list down 5 to 10 such transformation assets. Such assets, like, store those, screenshot those, or whatever, like, store those responses. Okay, save those responses. And this is you extracting unfair advantages, because your experiences, the problems that you solved, the solutions, things that you have overcome in your life, the traumas that you have solved, whatever that is that you have grown from, like, from somebody to like, from XYZ to somebody. You might have fear of going to stage, but now you're literally speaking in your stage and you're winning competitions at your college level. Just for example, whatever it is, those are your unfair advantages, because those are your unique experiences which nobody can replicate. Okay, those are your unique experiences. Those are your unfair advantages. Okay, unfair advantages, this is very important. This is what differentiates you, your offer later down the line, your marketing, your content, everything would follow these unfair advantages. Let me move forward. The second step, after you have found your unfair advantages, you need to convert those experiences into problems. You need to frame those experiences, frame those messages that people have given you, frame those unfair advantages into problems. Like, like, if I have solved this problem, maybe someone else is already experiencing this already. Okay, like, instead of saying that, okay, I have helped this specific person grow the Instagram account, so don't say that, oh, I teach Instagram growth. No, don't say that. Say, I solved this painful situation. Okay, you need to frame your experiences into problems that people want to solve, into other people that want to solve. Since you have already solved it, so you need to frame it as, I solve XYZ for XYZ person with XYZ solution. And to turn each experience into pain. As you can see here, instead of saying, I know AI tools, you say, coaches who are overwhelmed by AI tools and not making money from them. You see the difference? See the difference? Like, from I know AI tools to this particular sentence. Like, the difference between this guy who will say, I know AI tools, and this guy who will say the second line, is a difference of 100K, $100,000. Literally, the first guy who says, I know AI tools, is a commodity. He will charge lower and lower. He have to he or she has to fight for prices. He or she has to like constantly lower their prices to get the clients. But a second guy, or coaches who are overwhelmed with AI tools and not making money from them, this guy here would make tens of thousands of dollars. Can charge you in 10K. See, just by packaging it differently, you can charge higher. That's the magic. Okay. Yeah. Now, the step three is that you need to narrow down to one specific person. That problem that you have just framed, you need to narrow down to one specific person, because broad is invisible. Specific is premium. Okay, specific is premium. Specific is where you can charge higher. You will see that a general doctor fees is very low, it's very cheap. But if you go to a specialized doctor, they will charge higher. You know, a specialized surgeon have can charge you six figure. Okay, but a general doctor, a general physician, it's cheap. Okay, so broad is cheap and specific is premium. So you need to have a framework. Since you have already found your unfair advantages, you have framed those unfair advantages into the problems that you can solve for people. You need to go down. You need to go a little. You need to go a layer deep, and you need to go. Okay, this specific person who is in this specific situation, okay, has this constraint. Okay, I can help that person. Coaches with 10 to 15k 50k followers but no product, like in my case, I am helping online coaches who has 10,000 followers to 50,000 followers, between 10k to 100k, but they have no digital product. They are not monetizing their audience properly. They are relying on brand partnerships. They are relying on sponsorships. That's it. They have a lot of audience. They have a lot of people, but no systematic way to make money from it. So I come and help them. You see, freelancers stuck under 2k per month. Another example, busy dads with belly fat and no time to train. See, see the specific situation, specificity. Busy dads who situation with belly fat and no time to train, constraint. You help that person to lose belly fat, okay, without sacrificing their job time or whatever that is. So if your niche feels too small, you're doing it right. Okay. Remember that if your niche feels too small, oh my god, it's very small, bro. You're doing it right because now you can charge premium prices. Okay. Now let's go to the demand validation, which is step number four. Do not guess. Okay. Don't guess that. Okay. Yeah, they might need me. They might need my money, or I mean, need my solution. You need to verify this by relying on data and not assumptions or feelings. Verified using five of these signals. People who are already complaining about this problem, seek, I mean, go where this specific person for whom you're solving problems, see where they're hanging out, and go and see what they're complaining about. Maybe on Reddit, maybe on Quora, maybe on Instagram, whatever. You see what they're already buying, what competitors they are watching, what courses they are buying, what communities they are in. See what content is performing well on this topic on YouTube, wherever. See what are the repeated questions you keep getting asked. See what is the urgency. Urgency will affect money, status, health, relationships. Like, sorry, I mean urgency meaning how quickly they want to solve problem, because if they want to solve problem something quickly, it means it affects their money, status, health, and relationships. Okay, this sectors has a very high urgency. Okay, if there's no urgency, it means there's no money. Maybe there will be money later, but you don't want money later, you want money now. Okay, so that's very important to validate the demand, and make sure that it has urgency, high urgency to solve that demand. Okay, now I will give on how to do this with the AI prompt using Claude. Again, I will provide that in my WOP community again. So go down below and join the waitlist, because you're gonna get a lot of resources that can help you grow your online coaching business. Thanks. I mean, thank you. Welcome in advance. Okay. Now, step number five, the ability to deliver results. This is again very very important. Don't ignore this. This is like make it or break it. This is what will define whether you will have one client or whether you will have 10 clients. You know, can I need to understand brutal filter that you need to understand here. Can I realistically get this person a result in 30 to 90 days? That is the real game here. You need to ask yourself, can I realistically get this person results in 30 to 90 days? If the answer is no, just move forward with another idea. Okay, because if there's no results, meaning no testimonials, no case studies, meaning no scaling. You can't scale a business without testimonials, without reviews, without case studies. So you don't need to be best in the world, you just need to be 1 to 2 steps ahead. Okay, and have a structured system on how to help that person get to your get to 1 or 2 steps ahead. Like, you don't need to be an expert, you don't need to spend 10 years or even months. You just need to be 2 3 steps ahead. Craft a mechanism, craft a step by step guide on how they can get to the position where you are. That's it that's it It's like you're reading a book and you know what is you are in chapter 5, but someone is just starting or maybe not even bought the book, but they're kind of interesting here and there. They might have interest. So they come to you and ask you about the book. You give them a conclusion. You give them whatever you have read so far. You don't need to have complete the book, but you need to just say whatever you know so far, and that would be enough to just that would be enough for them to just start reading. You know, so that's the entire game here. Now, step number 6 here. Now, step number 6 is you need to define your point A to point B very clearly, which I just said you how you can what is that step by step guide to take them from point A to point B. Okay, this is what will make your UVZ monetizable. Okay, the you shouldn't say I help coaches grow. I wouldn't say I help online coaches grow. No, I help online coaches with 10K plus followers generate their first 5K per month from digital products. This is my you can say offer. Okay, I help online coaches with 10K plus followers generate their first 5K from digital products. You see, if point B is vague, your offer will not sell. So you need to define point B very clearly, with a very clear outcome. Now we come to the step number 7 here. Then you need to add your unique mechanism. Basically, just have a name. Okay, basically just like have a unique name to your mechanism. Why should they choose you? Your method doesn't need to be revolutionary. It just needs to be clear plus structured plus believable. Okay, example is from in my case that I have a WAP community with the name Monetization OS. Okay, and I also help online coaches launch their first digital product with a 14-day story Instagram story launch system. Okay, so this and I also have my system, my entire mechanism to help online coaches scale from wherever they are right now and to 100K plus month. Okay, 100K plus per month with an audience to cash framework. Okay, these are my examples. So you can add your own unique mechanism, make sure that is clear, it is structured, and it is believable. Okay, this increases your perceived likelihood of success a lot. Now we come to a profitability filter. This is step number 8 here. You need to ask your five, and these are like 5 question filter. This is a final test to filter out your UVZ that you have just found is profitable or not. So number one, is this problem tied to money, health, or status? Because people won't buy anything if something is not tied to money, health, status. Okay, I should also have add relationships here. Okay, The second question you should ask is, are people already paying to solve it? The third question, can I help them get a result fast, like in 30 to 60 days? Okay. Can this scale into a digital product? Can I charge at least $100 to $1,000 for this? All these questions would help you to filter out whether your UVC is profitable or not. And if you have three plus answers with a no, then you should disregard that idea, disregard that UVC, and move forward with another idea and follow the same exact process. Okay. Now we come to another thing which is called UVC compression. Now since you have now so far we have found our UVC, we have found what is our UVC. Now it's time to compress it. Okay, you need to compress it into a sentence which is something which looks something like this. Again, you can screenshot this here if you want, which is, I help specific audience. Let me zoom in a little more. Yeah, so I hope that's fine, right? Yeah. So I hope I help a specific audience solve painful problem to achieve clear result using mechanism. That's it. You have found your specific person. You have found what painful problem that they have. You have defined the result, the mechanism, and now this is a sentence you need to compress. You can use AI for this. ChatGPT can also do the work. So this is an example. In my case, I help online coaches with 10K plus followers turn their audience into 5K to 20K per month using a simple digital product launch system without ads or complex funnels. Okay, so if you're an online coach watching this, go down below and book a call with me, and we can have a chat over there. Okay, you see, that's how you compress your unique value zone. Now let's come. We are reaching to the last part of this video. So let's look at what are the mistakes that you should avoid. Because beginner, when someone is starting out, they might fall into these mistakes. First is picking easy niches. Never pick easy niche. Never pick your passion niches or whatever that is. Pick a profitable one, but with something where you have the skill. Again, don't pick something that's profitable, but you have zero idea whether you can deliver or not. Okay, so don't be too broad, and also, like, never ever ignore demand signals. Don't rely on your feelings. Oh, it will work out. No, like, what's the data, bro? You can even use Instagram stories to figure out the data, to some kind of polls, some kind of asking questions, Instagram stories, and to figure out whether you have demand for that or not. You need to never choose low urgency problem, because again you will be stuck with like back and forth with the client asking for money, and even you will find not that, like, not so serious people. If you go towards low urgency problems, always go towards high urgency problem. And also, never ever overestimate your expertise. Be realistic, and most importantly in this space, be honest. Be honest. If you can't do something, say it. Don't make fake promises. It's better to under promise and over deliver, but never over promise and under deliver. So don't say something that you can't do. Okay? Don't say something that you can't do. Execute this. Okay, yeah. I think we have, this is the last slide. Yeah, yeah, this is the last one. So here are your action steps. List 10 experiences or results that you already generated for someone. Convert that to 10 pen points. Pick three specific audience. Validate the demand, like scroll your IG, YouTube, 30 minutes. Ask someone, Then finally pick one strongest UAG. Define the mechanism like point A to point B and name your mechanism. That's it. Your first UAG won't be perfect, but you need to pick fast, you need to test, and you iterate as you go. Okay, so the main goal is picking one fast, picking one profitable UAC fast. Then along the lines, as you move forward with your business, you will find variety of things, new things that would drastically change your UAC later down the line. Will change your offer later down the line, but that's not the problem. Don't try to be perfect in the beginning. Don't try to make your offer, your UAC perfect. Just have something, have some offer, have some UAC, in the first place. That's it. That's the game. Okay, pick less 10 experiences, convert those to problems. Pick three, two to three specific audience sets, validate their demand, pick one strongest USD, define the mechanism from point A to point B, and then name the mechanism. That's it. That's it. I hope you find this valuable. Let me know in the comments below. What's your feedback on this? And yeah, if you're an online coach, you can go down below. You'll find a first link to book a call with me, and the second link would drive you towards WAP community, where you can find all these resources and all these templates for free. And also, yeah, let me know what problems you're facing as an online coach in your business, so that I can make a video on that. Okay, that would be super great, that I can make a video on that, because I like this long form videos where I can go deep into one specific topic rather than very short videos, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, and yeah, and hope you're doing good. Until then, we will meet again. Peace.